time, I will turn it over to Superintendent Steller.
Or this is the budget hearing. Do you have anything that you need to say, Mrs. Khan?
I just wanted to let you know that I updated the budget like you had asked me to in our May 7th work session. So you have at your desk all of the pages that need to be put into and they've got tabs on them. So the first one there is tab 3, which talks about the medical allotment and then the changes to the salaries, supplements that you asked for. And then page 5, which was the summary, tab 5, which was the summary that was posted in the board in the newspaper. This is the adoption will be on May 28th, here in the along with all of the changes reflected through there. Then tab 6, 8, and all the rest of the ones of the new pages based upon those changes. There is one thing that occurred on the end of the day on May 9th. We got an email from the State Department where they have redone our state aid computations due to the public charter schools. And they will be redone again in December based on their actual enrollment. But for their preliminary enrollment, what they're saying is that I need to make adjustments of $837,000. Increasing what money we have. They told me not to do it, which is why, because we already said that this was the budget we were repeatedly adopting. I wish the paper on that.
Charter schools.
It was the, specifically the Addison one, wasn't
The
it?
Academy.
The academy, yeah.
There was, Mary Frances, did you have the one question about the?
Yeah, I asked.
Is that all good?
Yeah, right.
Are there any questions about the budget? This is an open hearing, by the way. If there's anyone from the public that would like to mention anything about the budget, they're more than welcome to do so.
We're not.
We're not. All right. Are there any other questions about the budget at this point? So, yeah, that's what I thank you for this.
I think I sent it in an email. I couldn't remember.
Anything else?
Did you want to announce again about the medical allotment?
Yeah,
I don't know that
so
it's going to 2,000.
the medical allotment that's being received right now is
$1,500.
$1,500, and for a minimum of 200 days to receive the full benefit. And we are increasing that medical allotment to $2,000 with them assuming the same 200-day stipulation.
And it will be issued the Friday before Thanksgiving instead of waiting till the 1st of December. That's kind of things I think that they've asked for.
Is that in one check or two?
It'll be in one
One check.
check.
Okay.
One check, yeah,
The only other caveat we put in there is if you're on unpaid leave
500.
prior to that November 15th date. There's 70 working days. If you're on any unpaid leave, you're not going to be eligible for the full 2,000 anyway. So we're going to back it down and prorate it. But everybody will be notified.
That's just if we're on unpaid.
Unpaid leave, yes.
So I have a question in regard to facilities, like upgrading athletic facilities. I know we had a few things going on with some athletic facilities, but if we wanted to, let's say, I don't know, upgrade a softball field over at BHS, or grab a new softball field in a different location, or if, I don't know, South Harrison wanted turf, is there a plan that we can put together to see about something like that?
Well, I think there'd be active working as is probably to do either of the above. I think the big thing is that, we always kind of get set in the way things always work as practices. So as a principal, two different high schools, we always used our athletic facility money through the levy, and we would save up and we would do upgrades to our facility. When the school was built, obviously, upgrades usually come from the school level. But as far as budgeting money, I think it would be a matter of probably running it in the levy moving forward and trying to budget that.
Identify those large.
I always worry about,
The preliminary,
I always worry about equity in what we're doing so that each school community feels like, they've been treated the same. But if we have a plan, that would be even better,
that's,
because then we can address it.
that's kind of where I was going. I don't think I want to, I'd like to see what when we did Bird, it was $700,000 or something, $1 million for turf,
750.
750. So I think there's a strong sentiment out in the community in South Harrison, they would like to have field turf. And I think they're one of the only stadiums in the county that doesn't have turf.
It was
Yeah,
Liberty in South Harrison.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah. Oh, it's a fantastic addition to our athletic facility as far as being able to practice all sports on it. The kids come off the field clean, they go on the field clean, there's no mud. Taking care of it is nice. It's just that initial cost.
Sure.
So,
don't have to cut it, don't have to paint on it.
No, right.
So maybe we could
At the
look at a
line.
plan or maybe some preliminary numbers on what it would cost to see if that's something we might be able to assist with in the future.
I do know that as we, when you look at athletic facilities, I know that we've had some bonds and some local things that haven't passed. And I know that sometimes the sentiment of the public is they don't like to see athletic upgrades. And I'm just being, transparent. I think it's definitely worth it. It's great for kids, but whether the taxpayer wants to pay.
Yeah, but you gotta give them a choice to see whether or not it's viable financially or not.
Right.
If it's gonna be $2 million, that's quite high.
My guess is $1 million. That's my guess.
For one
That's quite
field.
high as well. But
My guess is, because you have to do all the drainage.
Drainage
work. It's a little different than just some of the, like if we redo Birds or we do Bridgeports, that's probably going, I'm guessing, I don't know, Mary Frances, you may remember that, maybe $300,000-400,000 just to redo it.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone, all the drainage work. all the basic work.
I don't know. Marking that hand.
I think just to get some numbers together, just to see what we're talking about. As I know, Bridgeport's always been good with their community to help, and, we asked Robert C. Byrd to help a few years back when they did theirs. And we used some of their athletic funds, if I remember, didn't we? For a couple of years.
Yeah, you have to, you have to.
I have a question. When we go to do Mountaineer Elementary, we're actually doing some restrooms in classrooms. Are we going after any money for that?
That's the plan.
Are we allowed to include playground equipment there?
Well, I think we've,
How do we do that? Did we think about that initially?
yeah, we've already talked about it.
I peeked.
We talked about the playground at Mountaineer, that building will have a playground.
Okay.
Two of them.
Going out, that won't be, I think we've already talked about that in next year's budget. It's
Okay.
already budgeted.
But where are you going to put this playground out there?
Find a place for the playground.
Lot of
Gotta get a
acres.
playground.
We'll take out some
Yeah.
pavement.
And they have to walk to get to it, but we'll find a
Right
place.
behind where they park is an area that's pretty good size.
Yeah, it's
right
very small.
there. Well, you may end up with two playgrounds anyway, right? 'Cause you're gonna
You have to have a pre-K and
Yeah.
a K-6.
So
So that's already
that's great.
been
So we're there.
considered, yeah. The restrooms and other upgrades to Liberty and Bird, we're going after money in the fall. We're gonna have a comprehensive list of what we're gonna go after. Spoke with Mr. Dennis and Mr. Lopez.
And the softball field. I know that was in the budget to be upgraded and have some stuff done with BHS. But what, if there, hypothetically, if there's a space over there where they can have a new field. I'm just, I'm reaching.
I don't know where
Next
it's.
week, they not this year.
Band practice
I'm not
field.
saying this year.
Elevated on the top of it.
I don't know. I do know that, and again, I'm only going by what Danny, because Danny, Dennison helped when they did that field. It was the middle school field. And it was really in top-notch shape. And I think what's happened over the years, you get new coaches and the newer coaches they do a great job, but they're not as big into working the facility like some of the older coaches used to be. Yeah. So I think like some of the drainage issues that they're saying they have, and it may be, but I think that, Danny said that they had put a lot of drainage in there and it was in excellent shape. We may be able to see if we can't flush it out or, might have to add.
That's a softball.
But as far as a location, I don't know where we would add.
I haven't.
I was just talking to somebody the other day about it, and it kind of came up. I just figured I would at least inquire. So I'll ask, we are in the middle of our budget hearing. Does anybody have anything they would like to talk about in the budget for those that have just walked in? No? Okay. All right. Does anybody have any other questions about the budget? Does anyone want to speak to the budget? Mr. Hammer?
I'm on here, I was just gonna say, I missed a little bit of this, just called 3 times.
Yes.
Is there anyone else?
Yes, I did, that was my third time.
Okay, I didn't hear the first 2, so I figured you had it, but I want to make sure.
Yes, sir. All right, if there are no other discussions about the budget, I will entertain a motion to dismiss. Second,
Second.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We'll stand in adjournment until 6 for our regular meeting.